All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with the talented, what shall I say, acclaimed, infamous Jaret Landon. Oh, you've heard fabulous things. I know fabulous things just personally from seeing you and how you work. And so this is your second time, and all the original music from this version of Nativity is you.
Correct.
So I just wanted to talk to you and say, you know, give us a little, what are we in store for musically with this one, with this particular version?
Well, this year I had the pleasure of really experimenting with harmonies. So you're going to hear so many different colors. Harmonies, 6-part, 7-part harmonies. You'll hear a lot of melodic variations to familiar songs. And so it'll be just a different spin on traditional Christmas songs that we know.
I mean, how do you think people will respond to that? Because people have a way of, you know, some people are kind of rigid when it comes to, so how are you going to, I mean, how do you think the response will be for what you're doing? Do you think it's something that they will embrace? Or do you think it's something that you want to introduce them to? So you
got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. See, I didn't even think about that while you asked that question, but that's true because when some people hear songs that are familiar and they've been singing all these years, it's hard for them to immediately embrace something different.
Yeah, I'm one of those people, so that's why I can ask the question.
Gotcha.
I'm used to hearing things a certain way, so when I hear them differently, I'm listening for why you decided to change it. So is it because you hear something different?
Okay.
Is that
yeah. That's really the reason.
Different? Yeah. And so that's, you know, because when I hear it, I always wonder, why did you decide to change it? It is a tradition. It is. That's the way jingle bells, jingle bells. Right. No, that's how we know it.
Right.
So when you slow it down or speed it up,
right,
or do what you're doing with these harmonies,
right,
you know, how do you think people, you know, how do you hope people will respond?
Well, I hope that they're able to embrace the new. One thing that I did was keep the foundation of what's there already. So rather than do away with all of there, I decided to kind of layer on new stuff. Okay. And the reason I chose to do that is hopefully it will touch a wide variety of audience. Okay. Well, be it if the audience likes classical music or jazz music or gospel music, I try to incorporate elements of all of those styles in these familiar Christmas songs. And so I'm hoping that they're able to embrace it by recognizing something that they like, a style.
That's great. So listen, you've worked with a lot of people. You know, I've looked at your resume. Woo! Shut up. And so you're working with Aaron Todd. So what is that like? How is he working with him?
I love his process and the idea of working ahead. I've worked with other directors, and it's always been a thing of trying to play catch up at the very end of a production, you know. But the point that it's constant, a progression of okay, we got this, let's move on to the next thing. We're just in the first weekend, and what we've accomplished is amazing. And so, fitting in his process of having an understanding of what we're doing, capturing it, and moving ahead is great. It's really
You know what? I am looking forward to seeing this and hearing it. Thank you for taking the time out with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. You go back to rehearsal.
Thank you.